All right. Um, let's just dive straight into this because what happened today is honestly one of those moments where, even for me, someone who deals with rockets exploding before breakfast, AI systems hallucinating random space facts at 3 a.m., robots tripping over themselves in the lab, and satellites drifting where they definitely shouldn't be drifting, and regulators calling at inconvenient hours. I still had to stop and go, wait, did that really just happen? Did a federal judge just drop the hammer on Trump in a way that almost sounds like a constitutional thunderbolt? Yeah, he did. And um, yeah, it's huge. So here's the situation, explained slowly, clearly, and with the kind of pauses that are just how my brain processes things. A senior federal judge, Charles Breyer, uh, up in San Francisco, just told Donald Trump's federalized National Guard forces to um, basically go home, pack up, end the deployment, and not in a polite, gentle way, more like, nope, you don't get to do this, not legally, not constitutionally, and not today. Um, and yeah, this is not some minor technical ruling. This is the judiciary stepping in and saying the president cannot just create a national police force out of state troops whenever he feels like it. Uh, let me break it down. Judge Breyer sided with Governor Gavin Newsom and Attorney General Rob Bonta. He found that Trump's claim, well, um, technically, Pete Hegseth's claim that Los Angeles was experiencing violent civil disorder so severe that the federal government couldn't execute the law um, was false. Just um, not true, not accurate, no evidence. Reuters has been reporting for months that Trump's team repeatedly exaggerated disorder to justify military action. AP News covered similar patterns during Trump's first term, and yeah, the judge just confirmed the same thing. The chaos he claimed simply wasn't happening in the ruling. Breyer states that there was no violence, no rebellion, no breakdown of law enforcement, um, no obstruction of federal law, nothing that meets the threshold required under Section 12406. And here's the part where um, I actually laughed a little because of how direct it was. On page 1 of the order, um, Breyer writes, the founders designed our government to be a system of checks and balances. Defendants, however, make clear the only check they want is a blank one. That's savage for a federal judge. Like, you can almost hear the sigh in the chambers, and Breyer wasn't done. He explained that Trump had kept 300 California National Guard members under federal control for 6 months without justification. And yeah, that alone is bad. But it gets worse. The Trump administration sent California guardsmen into other states, creating, in Breyer's own words, a national police force made up of state troops. Um, yeah, that's not what the National Guard is supposed to be. And this is where Judge Breyer pulls out the Federalist Papers. Footnote 1 references James Madison from Federalist 51, basically saying, hey, remember when the founders warned us that unchecked military power concentrated in one person is dangerous? Yeah, this is exactly what they meant. Now, you might be wondering, okay, Elon, why is this so unusual? Can't presidents do this sometimes? And the answer is sort of, but also no. Presidents can federalize the Guard under extremely specific circumstances, usually involving insurrection or a total breakdown of state law enforcement. But those circumstances must be proven, documented, real, not um, invented. And according to Judge Breyer, um, the Trump administration's justification didn't just lack evidence, it defied common sense. At one point, the administration argued that past violence, like even years ago, could justify current deployments. Breyer was basically like, um, what? No, that's not how time works. That's not how emergencies work. And that's not how constitutional power works. He also pointed out something that honestly is kind of terrifying if you stop and think about it. Trump's legal team argued that once the president federalizes the Guard, even once, all future um, extensions of that federalization are beyond judicial review forever. Forever. Like, no court oversight at all. Like, trust me, bro, but with military power. Breyer basically brings all that energy into one ruling and says, absolutely not. That's unconstitutional on its face. Now, let me shift gears here because understanding the Ninth Circuit is important. Breyer has temporarily stayed his ruling until Monday. This gives Trump time to appeal, and yeah, Trump will appeal. He loves appeals. He's appealed Breyer twice already, but the Ninth Circuit is now 1/3 Trump appointees. Reuters literally just reported yesterday that 2 Trump judges, Rao and Katsas, ruled in favor of Pete Hegseth on a military issue involving transgender soldiers. So if Trump gets 2 Trump-appointed judges on the 3-judge panel, yeah, the ruling could get complicated. Then the case would likely head to the Supreme Court, which, fun fact, has been sitting on a related Seventh Circuit case for months. That case deals with what regular forces means under Section 12406. Breyer actually says in his ruling, maybe I interpreted regular forces too narrowly before, but even under any interpretation, the facts still do not justify Trump taking over the National Guard. Breyer even cites another judge from Oregon asking whether a president could justify a 2025 federal deployment based solely on unrest from 2020. The answer is obviously no, because if past unrest justified present militarization, every American city would be permanently occupied. And yeah, that's not democracy. Now, shifting back to the present, California Attorney General Rob Bonta is preparing to give a full breakdown of this ruling. He's calling it a victory for the American people and the rule of law. And honestly, yeah, he's not wrong. This ruling isn't just a win for California. It's a win for every state governor, every citizen, every constitutional boundary that prevents a president from declaring permanent emergency powers. Here's the timeline. Trump appeals. Next 48 hours, Ninth Circuit emergency motions. After that, possible administrative stay. Then full appellate briefing. Then maybe, just maybe, the Supreme Court finally rules on what Section 12406 actually means. And yeah, they've been busy lately. Really busy. Some would say busy helping Trump. A federal judge just told Donald Trump that he cannot use the National Guard as a political weapon, and the troops are going home. That's it. That's the headline. That's the moment. If you want more breakdowns like this, more clarity, more analysis, fewer distractions, yeah, make sure you subscribe, stay informed, support independent journalism, keep paying attention, because democracy doesn't defend itself. People do. All right. that's it for now. Stay curious, stay smart, stay grounded, and yeah, hit that subscribe button so we can keep pushing for transparency, accountability, and the truth, not chaos.